Very terrible, but Fache, the voice is very far away, but Fache na yentimi komo. I hire Ghana to say Royal Television, so
I can't even hear you. I can't hear you.
Very well. Let's reconnect. You're reconnecting back on the lines now. Yentimi and said Yama betimi akonkai and so Eddie Ama Global Infoanalytics Musa Dankwah na yenhwe, because the first question has to do with the year with some 52% approval rating, disapproval rating for the government, you know. What James say idea.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Is it clear now?
Well, it's slightly better, but let's go.
Very well, very well. Where the enkomo ye di dwumadi amwankasa ma hyehyɛ mo de aba Global Infoanalytics no. Mo kire say idea the disapproval rates for the government, especially the president, you know, very, 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 very high. Now, John Dramani Mahama is in the lead. Method be na mu use in this research amoye.
You me that na konye. The same method I no ye Ghana for 6,128 NAD Komo. Ewo Ghana hanyina 82 constituencies in all the 16 regions. You pick you randomly from the street of every corner of this country, and I know bon komo. You on all the issues we asked them.
Hello, Musa.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the me pattern say you can afford about 6,000 of them across the 16 regions in about 82 constituencies. On all the questions, no, and on I did two draft in the last week report, no.
Did say with that 52% disapproval rate, Modiabano, government performance, said the say very poor, no. Do you think, sir, negatively, but me affected the electoral prospects of a year DMB?
Absolutely. Government getting disapproval very high, I'll go win the election. It doesn't happen.
But two different people.
I'm saying, say if disapproval and what about so if they approve you are or approve to sanity logic.
Irrespective of the people are present to
no, you see, say whoever is coming from the government side will take the blame.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter who it is. Only government, they are seen as the same. It's now Oshia when the disapproval of Nando goes up, Baumia drops in the poll.
Oshia mu poll no more. 59% of a year, one amunu amudin komono, a support to Parliament's decision say be pass that anti-LGBT law no. Sa adie we no. Does it provide scientific evidence to exert pressure on Nana Akufo-Addo so be endorse the anti-LGBT bill, no? Especially, we share the 50% of a year respondents are my indicate say they wouldn't be influenced when it comes to voting.
No, we share the numbers. No, overall, no, you might think say it would not have impact, but indeed, say he is not running as a president, so he is not going to be bothered if he really he is adamant not to sign it. But in terms of the consequences it may have on MPP's chances, it is there. Because Ushe almost said it will have impact on them if he doesn't sign her, or influence on them if he doesn't sign her. About 32% of them are MPP for. Abia and was started abandonment to crowd because of Mahama.
Okay.
On Alan.
Okay.
And one sign since you have abandonment. So it could have implication for elections 2026. But it will not be hugely important issue for voters.
Yeah, Shapo no more the executive summary now Mudiama na. It suggests yes, John Dramani Mahama is ahead of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So Bawumia is behind the opposition leader. In the race for Sa Adio 2025, Obi Obabefa Ghana Kunyano, Yatese Ura Alan Chermantene, Abu Sakara, and other political parties are merging. Would this have some impacts in these projections, Amudiaba?
You know, Oshe Alan movement for change before I better name is it
Alliance, yeah.
Revolutionary Change. No. Polar ever free Alan no, Alan Modimbo and who he is. That's why he is where he is.
Okay.
Now the movement now, Alliance on my formula. The question is, the people that are joining him, how big are they from wherever they are coming from?
Okay.
What are they bringing?
Okay.
Now I suspect it is just going to be for the optics of my joining Alan. But on their own, apart from maybe money and work campaign, I don't think they can bring numbers in terms of people. Alan is the one driving the numbers. Unless Alan also maybe tries and convinces Nana Kwame to join the alliance, then we can see a significant movement of around maybe 10%.
You talked about the NDC's 24-hour economy pushing John Dramani Mahama ahead. Say among for Ajetum. Is it by way of sloganeering and omujitum say well a can 24 hours and as they understand what really the 24-hour economy is coming to do, anything omokasi they support it?
No, you see, Oshe among for enom kasaya. Ubisa mo say dene how pa o wabrabo mo ubetina so atwaba. Number 1 air jobs. In this number 1 year jobs. And a 24-hour economy. You should expect most people who are concerned about jobs will choose the 24-hour economy because they believe it will bring the jobs they are looking for. So that is the reason why the 24-hour economy is popular. It's because most people don't have jobs.
Now, more also say only 60% of voters are almost support to Nana Akufo-Addo in the run-up to the 2020 elections. No. And I hear my green so Metuama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Then ma we then a co-way. What accounted for this?
Bisa voters no say last election no Otuma Hwan. Na wasi Otuma Mahama, Otuma Nanado, and now Otuma Obifufro. Into omo ka say omo to aba no. And e share see the almost all about this time no almost the same. In the share no almost say almost to about last time no. Only 60% of them na etoma Bawumia this time again.
Okay.
It means that about 40% has been lost. Ebinum ko Mahama, ebinum etoma Alex Martin, ebinum etoma Nana Kwame Bediako, ebinum etoma others. If you say, you're undecided, if you say, I don't want to. So you can see, say, roughly about 40% of Nahado supporters have not come to Bawumia yet. No, almost feel said the government will share 55% of voters say the government has not performed. And that performance of this government is blamed on Akufo-Addo. And if you look at the approval of Akufo-Addo, or disapproval, 62% disapprove of his performance. 32 are approved. So you can see, say, over 60% of Ghanaians say Omono Humodi. So say Omono Humodi, they are definitely people who voted for him, they will feel disappointed and not want to vote for somebody who they think will represent him.
Very well, very well. Now, currently, 59% of respondents in your survey claim say or more confidence in the Electoral Commission of Ghana. Does this refute any claims by parties or more suggest elections be unfair?
No, you see, Nyema is at a point in time, it either helps to boost confidence or help to reduce confidence. Okay, from October, they have made some changes in terms of what they wanted to do. Okay, see, I've been almost on pass. I want to say, the old one. So that one helped to boost the confidence. And I think that the also return of the NDC back to IPAC, and Jojo, is helping them to boost the confidence. So those are the things that are helping them in the image as far as people are concerned.
Okay. So 60% of voters partially attribute to the economic crisis to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Meanwhile, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, why?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Me just say in the survey, Modiabano, you say 60% of voters partially attribute the economic crisis to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I said, "Ye komuinano, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, omo de sobono bono." But the him say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not the president. He's not in the driving seat.
You see, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say he wasn't in charge of the economy, so therefore, he's not to be blamed. So if you say voters say effectively, almost for us and almost for us, and I'm saying almost for us, 60% say he is partly to be blamed. And I think that is the challenge he has because of people in whom and that has been the challenge that he's currently facing.
One interesting thing in your data no projects 9% decline in voter turnout in 2024. Ediana ama sadwe ebeba.
Disappointment among some Ghanaians and in particular among MPP supporters in MPP strongholds. Because almost everyone don't know what MPP stronghold. So, and that's quite a big number of people are almost in trouble. At the moment, about 45% of almost in trouble, almost in Greater and Ashanti region. And these are the regions with the highest number of MPP supporters.
As a pollster, and as will be aware, you far back to home. My country say generally 74% of a year and Crawford Eddie Komono can say they are unlikely to change or margin regarding election 2024 choices. I also making 55% believe say NPP cannot break the 8. Does this make the NDC or the data a reliable projection for the NDC to celebrate?
You know, there is time. I mean, people change their mind from time to time as we go along. Almost say they won't change their mind. The number will not stay like that. It may go up, it may go down. But nobody should take this number quite lightly. Just work with it. So almost say, make sure say, almost is my dream. Other side, if they can change their mind to come and vote for you, that's a plus for you. So everybody must look at the data carefully and see how they can work with it. Because we know almost Mahamano, NLC or Mrs. Amadri. So we have that data, but anything for at the same time. But there are information, we know which party is very solid behind their people and which party is not.
After some year of the presidential, most sad they say in terms of voting for parliamentary candidates, NDC lead with 48%, Abra MPP actually with 34%. We express the NDC is likely to secure a majority in parliament, Anna.
Yes, definitely. And you see, what is more even intriguing is that when we say parliamentary elections, and yes, 50% plus one, first past the post.
Yes.
So if NDC is leading by this margin nationally, it could be very, very bad in across the country if you look at the specific constituencies. This shows that the gap between NDC nationally is very wide, and at the local level, it could be wider.
One interesting thing is the data no HSN and Abediako bears 2% of the respondents no. Political party Ben and Nana Kwame Bediako the presence likely to be disadvantaged because afraid Wobam. So where is he drawing the 2% no from? The NDC MPP?
Both Alan and Nana Kwame Bediako are drawing their support from MPP. That is why Mahama is still at 55% or 2%, because his people are stuck constant. And whatever progress Alan makes, he's making them at the expense of MPP. In Ushe, Alan Sematia, close to 40% of his support, if Ashanti region and Eastern region. Ushe, Bediakoswa, about 35% every Ashanti and Eastern region. But we have seen a slight drop of support in voter regime for Nana Kwame Bediako. But interestingly, that support is also coming from MPP in voter regime, not NDC.
Okay. But I'll sign them. I will not end by not asking you, sir. What share projections now? I will say the confidence level was 99%, right? The margin of error happened to be 1.66. Oh, adding up, it's more than the 100%. I was say you need to say generally.
There be two different things.
Okay.
Confidence level, a different thing from margin of error.
Okay.
Margin of error, say you got to abandon is what's in the bar. The Bebano, what the any pool no, account plus or minus 1.6 no, you will get the outcome of the election. 99% confidence. Let's say more GDS 99% is there.
Okay.
Somebody can have 95% confidence and 1.6% margin of error, and yet the same thing.
Okay.
There is nothing in common between the two variables.
So if say what say amount forecast okay more data na more buy and rigorous like what the MPP communications director Ekana yeah what can I say?
Any propaganda.
Any propaganda?
Propaganda, yes. Fit solution.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Report
yes. Yes.
Pointing on boy.
Global Infoanalytics.
You. And the omnium survey moana. Between MPP general communication and FH, who do you believe?
Well, so more international rating. So I think that they are more recognized.
And almost only assembly of Kromuha, Meboa. NDC 4 and MPP 4. So they are much more independent than any person. So NDC in the car, because they are common no any day. So I don't know you can disregard what they say, disregard what MPP say, and look at people who are not part of our system and see what they are saying. And nothing here.
Okay. Okay. We wish we would have a very full, lengthy interview because regional but we are very grateful for having you. Dafufro, no be common at me at so. That ben amode for ba.
July,
so July then would include the proper Alliance for Revolutionary Change, you know. Very well, very well.
The best alliance, you know. I share 3 tablets for school. I share about 3 issues. I'll say next time.
Well, we have in the studios an NDC parliamentary candidate for Offenso North. According to the Global Infoanalytics survey, it is clear victory for both the NPP presidential candidate and the NPP parliamentary candidate, Dr. Frechi Asamoah. What are your is it because it is very safe for NPP or what?
I didn't hear the question well.
I'm talking about the parliamentary elections. No, my far offensive north. My isolating because we have an NDC parliamentary candidate who has a more projected say MPP will take that seat again.
Yeah, project here. What we are saying is in the sample that we picked and interviewed in that constituency, that is what they have given us. That may not be the bigger picture because the focus of the poll is not the constituency but national. Very well, very well. So if we see the local issue, you must cover all the electoral areas or at least half the electoral areas to know what is happening there. Okay. Ora Musa Dankwah, thank you very much for having time with us. Thank you very much too. Ora Musa Dankwah. The executive director Emma Global Info Analytics ena yeneno edin komo na yen semre no